poster's adorable. Aww. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, SBO and I wanted to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet. Thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Want to join us in finding clues? Flattered, but at the pace you two are going, Sonic's murderer will never get found. Rude. She must have something up her sleeve. I still think she did it. The tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge. Avenge? Okay. And quick. But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? The birthday girl has a master key. Right. The birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's a birthday privilege. I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye! Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. Now, what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm, yeah. Starved. I'd kill for a chicken parm. That's not on the menu. Unfortunate. Maybe kill isn't the right language to use right now. I'm Vector, the butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm SBO, the poet. Ah, poetry. A resonant message from poet to reader meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose. I don't like that. Can I hear some? Sure, oh god. Teardrops that I already butchered this. Teardrops in the spring, can you hear me sing? La 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 la, dee 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 dee. Wonderful. Was that it? I have more if you like. Cherry blossoms in the spring. I am satisfied for now. Thanks. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Kitsu and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh sure, it's simple. We explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rogue, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through the library car. Oh, I completely forgot the layout. So, like, Sonic's technically in the very front. Where Amy told me and SBO to stay. I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Victor got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yep. Where's Rogue? And what happened? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup at the saloon bar. Man, I can't speak. At the saloon car. Rogue came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search for the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way," at the brochure stand over there. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rogue left. The Shadow walked through the casino car. then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why was Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car where Knuckles and I were playing games. Isn't he, like, supposed to be a locksmith? Is that why he was locking the doors? He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action. Oh, wait. I think I know that game. I'm just if it's the game I think it is, I'm just gonna blurb it on the screen right here real quick when I edit this. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car again, locking the door behind him, then returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. That's when the train sped up. We worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it alright. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector or Espio couldn't have left the library car or saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for ya. If you like to be serenaded with a poem, I got you covered too. Oh boy. Thanks, guys. I wonder if he has any more bad poems. We'll have to check here in a second. Their alibis seem solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reasons for leaving his post and determine if Espio was actually in the library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely. I can look at the poster. A chow hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really needed to okay. Because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding? I don't necessarily know if that's the case, but that's beautiful. If he could do it, I could too. I hate that. There's no way there's that much thought put into this poster. Right? The hand. Poor thing, the arm is really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. There's books, bookshelf. I should stop and look at all these books, but Sonic needs me, no time to rest. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through the book titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in his case, a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen out on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order, but this one. The user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe. But it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. What's this bright red bright red book? Oh, yuck, this reeks of evil scientist Dr. Eggman. Yep, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. What kind of recipes? Eggs? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even here. Maybe people just appreciate an omelet. Ayy. Gotta search the trash can. At some point, I'm suspecting this is like foreshadowing, but like at some point, it's going to have something in there. Nothing's here. Are you sad there's nothing in the trash bin? I'm alright. Something hidden in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic. He's gonna put something in the trash can for me. Yeah, okay, these trash bins hide secret, I'm sure of it. Is that supposed to be a compliment? There's a lot more things to click on in this card than there was the other. A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food, I love food. Sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia? Spagonia? How? I don't know. I don't know how it's pronounced. I don't really care. If you've been there. I have actually. If you've ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hello to Professor Pickle. He'll tell you everything about the area and make one scrumptious sandwich. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. This group knows everyone and been everywhere, haven't they? Cola. Book club. Book of the month. We're gonna keep the cola up. Table. Sit for a second. These chairs are very comfy, so plush. Puts me right in the mood to read. Makes me want to take a nap personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes a bit. Don't fall asleep. Yeah, I shouldn't. There's been a murder, remember? I had a ring for every time a murder ruined. What? More books on the floor. I wish I had time to pick them all up. Said they have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up. Rogue pulled a lot of these out to search for something. What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing, they're open too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Ooh, brochures. There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! Kids, look at this. There's a couple maps here. This seems to be a map of the library card. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Library map is added to your inventory. Should we take this brochure? No, we don't need that. Leave it. Oh yeah, that's fair. Xiao supposedly walked through the library car before going to the saloon car. Xiao left the library car. He locked this door on the way out. There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make note of it? Yeah, I do believe we should. Xiao's lock is added to your inventory. I think we found enough clues. Let's go interrogate Vector and Espio and find out what really happened. Ooh, a poem about space? I love him. Oh my goodness. Okay. I've made it up to space with my beloved antique vase, but a mistake in my haste dropped the vase from my embrace. So my antique I must now replace. What caused you to drop the vase? Don't read too deeply, it's just a poem. He hasn't thought it through, has he? No, he's just trying to rhyme. Can I take your order? Oh boy. My starved stomach babbled, though I ignored the grumbling tummy, for the eggs I received are scrambled when I asked for my eggs sunny. Wonderful. Oh wow, we don't serve any eggs on the train though. My talent is wasted on you lot. Interrogation. Hi, Marcy. So the two of you don't believe us, eh? Alright. It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Kitsu and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if SBO really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library card to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to prevent evidence if need. Oh, that's easy. I got bored. Mood. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we're instructed to mingle. I remembered the arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd go check it out. It seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. And that brings our attention to you, SBO. Rogue entered the library card, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was. Once SBO starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. Must be a good read. What was the book? SBO doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch that on what that book might be. Kitsu, could you help me out? Oh, that one, because it was out of place. A manual? You think SBO is reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Well, this one's a little bit bigger. That took me 3 tries? Well, your books scattered around the floor, sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except this manual, meaning someone, at the very least, picked the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. Oh, his face? This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, SBO. Hey now, I won't have you insulting my pal like this. Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apologies, SBO. A butcher and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading. The Mirage Express manual. Trains are cool. Okay. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual, if you don't mind. Could you ask SBO some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page and ask away. Oh, quiz him. Which page should I quiz him on? 97. Okay, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. Remember the conductor saying the train can clean itself, though I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like SBO aced that question. Hit him with another one. 231. What is the Mirage Express cancellation policy? No refunds and you'll be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this must have been over the age of 65. Probably. Last one, let's see if he can go 3 for 3. Which page should I pick last? 402. What was implemented to support the conductor duties and ease general train obligations? An intelligent data processing system works in tandem with the conductor to assure smooth travel for guests. I remember this train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of compatibilities without the conductor present. Now, did I pass your little test? Yes. Totally, it's wild you're able to retain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You've clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses, and you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? You have to admit, though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But you answered all my questions so calmly, that's very impressive. Don't I understand everyone's cautious attitudes? You could make a drinking game out of how many times I fumble my speech. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to I've never seen that word before. Substantiate. Substantiate. That's the word it is. I've heard it before, just never seen it written. Despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we can. I suppose that true, Vector was the only one to see you reading. Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can be true, and we have evidence to back it up. We do? We should have a piece of evidence linked to someone who also saw, but what? Oh, maybe? Please, pray tell what this has to do with anything. Oh god. Shall I walk through the library car to get to the saloon car where he set the original high score on the arcade machine? Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't the high score long. Crocs are natural gamers. SPO said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentioned that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, SPO was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car, so there's absolutely no way Shadow and SPO didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me the sound of door opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? Well, you see, I can test SPO's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow return from the saloon car to lock all the doors, and at that moment were you really in the library car at all? How would SPO leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw SPO in the saloon car. It's a mystery. One that I would love for SPO to solve. You gotta believe me. That cool demeanor is vanishing. As so involved with my book, I didn't know Shadow passed back through the library car. Honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, SPO. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I wasn't. I didn't. Why doesn't this seem right? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Was SPO simply sitting reading, or did he somehow vanish to not notice Shadow's return? What should I do? It was told in the very beginning of the thing that he can climb walls. Just in case, I don't know if like my choices affect anything, but I'll continue this line of questioning and Please protect the passengers aboard this train. They must be taken care of. Feel the loss. This was not said. Ever. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails. We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. A piece of evidence shows Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another. Alright, now let's get my thoughts in order. Oh boy. Library map. Oh, I see. I see that it gets the right across from one another a straight path. If Shadow walked down the straight path, there's a way Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen one another. Where could Espio have been for Shadow to not see him? There is like a wall right here. Interesting, that's where I was sitting reading my book. I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, Espio was in the same spot. Because a bookcase is in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio or vice versa. Makes a lot of sense why you'd never mention Shadow's return. There's just no way you would have seen him. Apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but we have no further points. Thank you both for answering all our questions. Another pair of alibis validated. Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rogue and especially Shadow. Seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier. See you later, Vector and Espio. Give him heck, and if you need any meat chopped up, say the word. Keep my poetry sharp for you both. Oh boy. A murderer is on the loose. While doors keep getting locked, tick tick tock goes the clock while our heroes are in the caboose. I don't know much about poetry to know whether or not any of this was correct. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this. Come on, Kitsy, let's see what's next. Coming!